welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer, and if you are not new here, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. We are here to continue this Nordic Christmas tree wall hanging. It's like a advent calendar, and in the last video we finished the bottom. This is the tree pot that the tree sits in. So this is what it looks like, and now we're going to start with the main piece, which is the green piece. It's number 9, I believe. And you're gonna have to fold this out, and we're gonna cut this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and then I'll come back and we'll start doing the embroidery. Now that we have this cut out, we are gonna start with the biggest embroidery first, and that is 3 strands of white, and we are doing the outline stitch, and that is for these little branches. So we're just going to start on one end. I'll just pick an end. So we're going to start here. I'll just go through here, show you a couple stitches. Let me actually zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, and then we're going to do the outline stitch. So we're just going to, sorry about the camera. So we're just going to go from the inside out and go along the curve. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to go this way. If you're left-handed, it might be best to start the opposite way, but do what you need to do. I just know that when I do my outline stitch, I naturally curve to the right because I'm right-handed. It might be different for left-handed, I don't know. But I'll just start off here with the outline stitch, and then just to give you an idea of what it should look like. See how it's curving around. I'm gonna keep going all the way around, and then what I probably will end up doing, I'll probably go here, and then I'll stop. I might stop here, come back, go around this way, stop there, and then go like that, and then like this. So I just do it in small sections. I don't do the entire thing. Okay. That way, you know, it gives me a chance. If I run out of thread, I can start on a small section. So do section by section, and however you feel comfortable. And then once I'm finished with that, we will move on to the next stitch. Okay, so we are finished with the biggest portion of embroidery on this tree, and it probably took me a couple of hours, honestly, to do. You know, with interruptions and kids and whatever. So that's what that looks like. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add straight stitches to these little, I guess they're snowflakes on top of the tree. So I'm just gonna start on a random one. I'm gonna start with this one. And 2 strands of white, and we're basically just making little snowflakes here. So the straight stitch is fairly simple, just like that, and then we're going to go around the snowflake like so. And this shouldn't take too long since the straight stitch is fairly simple. We're going to do this to all the snowflakes. And then once we're done with that, we'll just double knot them in the back. Okay, grab my scissors. And there's the first one. Now we're gonna go around the entire tree and do the rest. All right, now that we have all of these little snowflakes embroidered, we are moving on to beading. I am looking at the chart here, and as you can see, there's different colors. So each symbol is a different color. So the star is white and the heart is red. And you're just gonna go off of the chart here, and we're gonna put the white in between the snowflakes and then red for the normal dots. All right, so now we're gonna do some bead and sequining. So we're gonna come up from the bottom where the dot is. I'm gonna grab a sequin first, like a saucer. The lips need to come up just a little bit, and then the bead sits right on top, just like that. We're gonna go through here, and I am going through the sequin and not the bead, otherwise the bead will pop off. And we're gonna just pull it through, just like that. And you're gonna do that with all the beads. And I would suggest double knotting each one, since they are like, you know, by themselves. So take the time to double knot each bead and sequin, and then we'll come back for the next portion. Okay, so I got done with the white sequins, and just realized that I didn't even talk about the outline around the tree. And real quick, I just want to show you that you're gonna have one symbol like this. This is for green, and that's telling you that the green is for the green. They usually do that, green on green, and then the individual different colors. So I just wanted to explain that real quick. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, I'm gonna do the red ones. So we're gonna do the red ones that are on the outside. And then once the red's done, then we're gonna go around all the entire outside of the tree with green. And once you're done with that, then we'll come back and do the next part. Okay, so we've got this piece all embroidered and beaded. Got it all the way around. It took me a little bit to get these beads done, but this is the finished piece. And then the next thing you need to do is cut out the back. And I already did that because it took me quite a while to cut it out because of all the jagged edges. So we're gonna applique this piece onto this piece and just use some pins. And if you need to trim it, then trim it. It does look a little bit bigger than the original piece, which is quite normal actually. So pin it the best you can, and then trim all the way around, and then applique all the way around. But before you close it, make sure you put the pot in like this. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna probably start over here, go all the way around, and I'll probably stop here, and then I'll pin this in and applique the front, and then flip it over and applique the back. So let me get started, and then I'll show you how to do the pot. So I'm gonna start appliquing here, and then I'll come back, and then we'll put the bottom in. So I made it all the way around, and I did pin this in place so you can barely see the dotted line. And I'm going to continue the green on the front here. And I'm gonna stop wherever I stopped here. And then I'm gonna go back, and I'm probably gonna just use like a white thread back here and just do an applique stitch back here. So I'm not gonna go all the way through like I did with the ribbon on the tree skirt, if you saw that video, where I like put my needle all the way through like this, through the ribbon like that, and then I did an applique stitch all the way down. I'm not gonna do that because this piece is stuffed, so that's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna end up appliquing just the front here and the back separately. And I'll just show you a little bit. So I stopped here, and I'm gonna continue on the applique stitch, just doing the front part like that. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to continue doing this along the front, and then I'm going to finish here, and then I'll go back and I'll show you what the back looks like when I'm done with it. Okay, real quick, I want to show you what the front looks like finished. and the back side. So this is what the back looks like, completely finished. And it turned out really good. It was a little tricky around here, but I managed to do it. And now we're going to move on to the top of the tree. So we're gonna flip this over and focus on the number 11 star. And here is the picture of it in the instructions. I already cut out the white star piece, and same rules apply for the red pieces here for the pot. So if you look on the pot, it's the same thing. So we're doing X's like this all the way around, and then we're doing these little, like, I don't know what they are. They're like little, they look like little arrow tails. You know what I'm talking about? Like the tails of an arrow. And those are the 12, 13, 14, 15. And then the 16, I believe, are these little, like, they look like arrowheads right here. So there's 5 of them. Here's 3 of them. I'll have to find the rest of them. Here's 2 more. And those are fairly simple to put together. So if you remember how to put this together, this will be a cinch. So I'm actually going to go ahead and finish the star off camera because it's basically rinse and repeat. And then I will show you how to put the backing on. It's the same thing as the backing of the pot. We have the cutout backing here, and it's going to go on the back like that. And then we're going to insert the tip of this tree into the star like so, and it's going to be sandwiched in between like that. So I will show you how to do that. So let's get this star done, and it's pretty similar to the bottom. So I'm just gonna continue on working, and then we'll get back and put the star on the tree. So this is what the star looks like so far. And I actually went ahead and made some cording for the top. In the instructions it says to applique the back and the front and stuff it, and then add the cording on the back. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to incorporate the cording inside the star to give it more reinforcement, because when you're going to hang it, it's going to be a lot of weight. So I made cording, and if you don't know how to make cording, I will link a small video. It's a short video on how to make cording, and just check that out afterwards. I can also link it somewhere down in the description box if you want, or post it in a comment somewhere around there. So and it's surprisingly easy to make cording, so make sure you check that out if you don't know how. And real quick, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to put the cording in. So notice how I pinned it in place, and this is just to remind me of the bottom of the star. But here's the knot. I made a knot, and then I did not, here, let me see if I can actually show you what I did. So here's the 2 sides. They're not connected. So there's the knotted end, and then there's the looped end. And then I just took a pin and just went like that. So it doesn't really go anywhere. So we're just gonna applique this together, and I'm actually gonna take this pin out so I can show you how I applique this. So we're gonna start with this end first. Try and hide my knot. And I'm actually gonna go into the cording. That way it's definitely gonna be enforced. So I'm making sure my needle goes into the cording. My kids just came home from school, so they're gonna be a little noisy. I'm just really reinforcing the stitch here. There you go. And then I'm gonna applique like normal all the way to the top, and then go back down and do the same thing going back down on the other side. And if the cording moves around, that's okay. Just get it to a position where you want it, and then sew it in. See how it's a little off? Just a little bit off, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. So I pushed it where I want it, and I'm gonna come back down and applique these together. Coming into the cording. Take care when your thread gets stuck. Okay, now I'm gonna go into it just like that. I'm gonna go in the middle here.
Whoa! You see that? Look.
Come back around like normal. Like that. So now, if I check it, there we go. Nice and secure. And now we're gonna go all the way around, applique it together. And before you applique it closed, make sure you stuff the star, and then we're gonna come back and attach it to the tree. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to show you how I'm attaching the top here. I'm already finished to here, and what I'm doing is I'm going from the back to the front like normal, but then I'm actually pushing the needle on the top, pulling it through, and then I'm taking the needle and coming back on this side to make a new stitch. Oop, if I can get it spaced right, like that. So the only difference is I'm just pushing the top. So it takes a little bit longer, but the stitch looks great once it's finished, and you get both the front and the back. And the only reason I'm doing it this way is because this isn't stuffed. If this was stuffed, I would actually sew this separately than the front. But because it's not stuffed, it's fine. I'm just gonna sew through it because it's nice and thin. And then I'm gonna finish this star. I'm actually gonna stop at the 5th point right here, and then put some stuffing in and then close it up. And then we will come back to the video at that point. So the star is finished, and it looks so cute on the top of the tree. And I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here so I can show you the rest of the tree so far. Now this portion is finished, so the bottom is attached and the top is done. That's the entire, can't really get it into the shot the right way, but this is the done tree portion of it. In the next video, I will be going over the ornaments, so make sure you check that out. And any other videos you want to watch will be posted at the end of this video. So please, if you like this content, watch my next video, and I'll see you then.